Hi, welcome to the fifth episode of Relax with Excel, where you may learn something about Excel, but will probably fall asleep. Then again, maybe you'll learn in your sleep. In this episode, we're going to cover the basics of creating an XY scatter chart in Excel. An XY scatter chart, also known as a scatter plot, is a graphical representation used to display the relationship between two quantitative variables. Each point on the chart represents an observation in your data set, with the position of the point determined by the values of these two variables. The horizontal axis, or the x-axis, typically represents the independent variable, while the vertical axis, the y-axis, represents the dependent variable. These axes are scaled to encompass the range of data values for each variable. Each dot or point on the scatter chart represents a scale observation of your data set. The position of a point is determined by the values of the two variables. For instance, a point at coordinates 5, 10 indicates that for this observation, the independent variable has a value of 5 and the dependent variable has a value of 10. Here is a step-by-step approach on how to create an XY scatter chart in paragraph format. Open a blank Excel file and enter some sample data in the two columns. For example, you can enter the following data in cells A1 to B6. The first row will be our header column. This is where the X and Y labels will be. Column 1 will have the label X. Column 2 will have the label Y. On the rows 2 to 6, that's where we're going to enter the data. The second row will have the value of 1 in column 1 and the value of 2 in column 2. The next rows will have column 2 and column 4. The next row, which is going to be row 3, will have the number 2 in column 1, the number 4 in column 2. In row 4, it will be the number 3 in column 1 and the number 6 in column 2. Row 5 will have the number 4 in column 1 and the number 8 in column 2. And the last row will have the number 5 in column 1 and the number 10 in column 2. Next, we'll select the data you want to plot on the chart. So in this example, we can select cells A1 to B6. Go to the Insert tab and click on the Scatter button in the Charts group. You will see a drop-down menu with the different types of scatter charts. Click on the Scatter with Only Markers option in the menu. You will see a scatter chart inserted on the worksheet with the data points plotted as dots. You can customize the chart by using the chart elements, chart styles, and chart filter buttons on the upper right corner of the chart. You can also use the chart design and format tabs on the ribbon to modify the chart elements, layout, style, and format. For example, you can add a chart title, axis titles, grid lines, trend lines, legend, data labels, and more to the chart. So that was a basic explanation of creating an XY scatter chart in Excel. If you're still awake, thanks for getting this far. If you're asleep, pleasant dreams.